joining me for this Get Ready With Me featuring my picks for the Sylvie Chantecaille sale. If you saw my previous video, I talked about my top picks for the sale. Today we're using them, and I'm also using as many Chantecaille products as possible on my face. In fact, I think I have almost all Chantecaille products on my face in case you were interested in other things. I have swatches of various products in the previous video, so make sure to check that one out as well, but I'll include as many as I can in here. And they kindly gave me an exclusive code to share with you, so I'll make sure to list that here, and make sure to check the description box so you can see the beginning and ending dates of this promotion. And this is a pretty easy look. I'm wearing less makeup these days. I wanted something really natural, so we have more of a natural look today, but let's go ahead and get started. I just used the Gold Recovery Mask, and I left that on for a couple of hours. I took a little nap and then I washed it off. So I had that on my face, like I said, for a couple of hours, and then I washed it off, and then I just want to go in with a little of the lip potion, and this is my favorite lip balm. We're going in next with the 24 karat gold serum, and this is newer to them, but I've quickly integrated this into my both morning and evening routines. This little dropper helps you figure out how much to dispense. That's what it looks like. It has a little bit of a gold appearance to it. Nothing chunky or glittery, but you can just tell there's a gold iridescence about it. And I love that this contains vitamin C now, because then that cuts out one other step for me, because I will typically add a vitamin C product, but now that this has it, that saves on another product as well. I really do attribute Chantecaille products to the improvement in my skin over time. I am very diligent about skincare. I've been so lucky to be able to try so much Chantecaille, and I've been using these products for years. So we've got here the Nano Gold Energizing Eye Serum. Let me just roll this. There's some depuffing here as well, which I love, and the roller ball on there is very soothing and calming in that area, and it's a cool feel. And then now that we've had that gold serum sink in a little bit, I go in with this during the day. It's the Bio Lifting Cream Plus. This is one of the products I have been using for years. You can see there, I don't know how many jars I've gone through here, but you can see how nice and emollient it is, but not super, super thick. It's not a heavy cream, but it has some substantial moisture to it. And a little goes a long way with Chantecaille products, so that means less frequent purchasing and then less waste of packaging. So even though I have both the Bio Lifting line and the gold line, I will mix and match. So I don't strictly stick to either gold or Bio Lifting. It kind of depends on how my skin is behaving. And that way I have some choices about how I'm going to take care of it that day. Stress Repair Concentrate, which is something I've been using again for years. And I don't know how many of these I've gone through also, but I just use just the tiniest bit under the eye, like maybe that much, just right under here on each eye. Like that even is probably enough for both. I made the mistake of using too much of this before and wondering why there was a little bit of extra hydration. It's because I had used too much of it. So just a little, really a little goes a long way. I'm gonna let that just settle in for a moment, let that absorb. I'm gonna rough dry my hair a little bit here, and then we're gonna continue with the makeup. Okay, I did a little bit more than just rough dry. I went through with the Dyson here. Been maybe, let's see, I talked to my parents, so maybe like 20 or so minutes. But going in with this, this is the anti-pollution mattifying cream. Okay, we're gonna go in. We have lots of shades of this, so I'm gonna do my best to swatch for you, because somehow I ended up with many shades of the Future Skin foundation. So here are all of the shades: Cream, Shea, Sand, Banana, and Carob. So let's go in with Cream, because I know it looks really light. Like this one right here is Cream, and I know it looks super, super light, but I like that it's like a peachier tone. And then we'll start adding these other ones towards the exterior, and that way you can kind of see what they look like on. If you're not familiar, one of their most well-known products. This is a very skin-like foundation. In fact, I'm just gonna apply it like I would skincare. That's how much like skincare this feels. It's a gel foundation. I'm gonna go under the eye with this as well today. I don't have an under eye concealer per se for Chantecaille, but I'm gonna use one that I use in a targeted way. but I'm going to use this more as like an overall under eye concealer. Hopefully it'll make sense more when I add the other product. Really, it's so very lightweight on the skin if you've never tried it. It's a really great in-person foundation. I'm really loving the more subtle makeup these days, more skin-like, more natural, a no makeup, low maintenance kind of look. So this is a perfect kind of foundation for that. So we're gonna go in with a shade that is newer to me. We're gonna go in with Banana. So this is Banana here. You can see it's a little bit richer than that. So I'm gonna start here. It's just slightly deeper than my skin tone. So you can see the difference, but I'm just, like I said, going to apply to the exterior right over here. My face has so many different tones on it. If I were to go in with this shade in the center of my face, it would look very off. Like you can see, if I was gonna bring it further up, it would have been too dark. Let's go in then with cream again and just blend that a little bit more, because that is really, like, I hope you can see the difference between the two, because there's much more of a yellow tone to Banana than cream. So just going in with cream again. I'm gonna pull that out a little bit because that was much more intense than I wanted it to be. So just getting those to blend a little bit better. And because this doesn't settle into fine lines or anything like that, it's a really ideal product for very lightweight kind of evening out under the eyes. So if you want a really, really lightweight type concealer, you can do that. Looks very skin-like. It looks like your skin, but better. It's blurred imperfections, and it just is such a pretty finish. It really is the most skin-like finish foundation I've ever tried. It's beautiful. So if you like that, if you want very minimal makeup, I think this is perfect. We're gonna go in with just a little bit of Carob as kind of a bronzer of sorts, or contour, like a liquid, if you wanna just go in and build some dimension with this very same texture, you can do that. So just taking a deeper shade. Someone mentioned, you have such beautiful brushes, you should use them. And you're right, I forget I have them. Sometimes it's just easier to go in with clean hands. But you're right, a brush would come in handy. This is a BK 101. I'm just looking for a dense brush here. You definitely don't have to get this complicated, but I thought I would just show you on the skin what these look like in case you're wondering what was what. And then let's go ahead with this product. I'm gonna use this to conceal, the Camouflage Stylo. This is in 4C. This frequently goes out of stock, so I hope it's in stock. We're just gonna use it under here, and we're just gonna pat that in. Yeah, even just a little bit of that deeper foundation really made my overall complexion look like quite tan. And then I'm going to use that actually on these darker areas because it has some of that peachiness to it to cancel out the darkness. We're going to be able to perfect a little bit more once I get to the powders. As you know, I'm sure you know which powder I'm going to use here in a little bit. And any broken capillaries as well. Oh yeah, and for my no makeup friends, this product plus the rose one, I'll put an image here. If you combine these two, it's a lovely, lovely foundation substitute. It's a really natural, beautiful finish as well. And that was my other product. I think I've shown that before. If I can find the video, I'll link it below. But this is a really lovely multi-purpose product as well. So now we've got some really nice coverage here. We're gonna go in next with this powder, which I think I need to buy for myself as well because it's a perfect blur powder, but mine fell down and broke. So I definitely need a new one of these, but I'm just trying to find my brush here. Buff and Blur brush is perfect for this product. And I know I haven't used this in a while, but I am gonna go with the Perfect Blur Glow Powder, Lotus. Just right up here, just to bring about that bone structure. Gosh, it's a really beautiful powder. Okay, and then just to kind of even out everything and set that exterior bronzer of sorts, we're gonna go in with Serena. Actually, I just saw a makeup artist do this. They put on concealer, not concealer, sorry, a bronzer, and then they went over it with a powder bronzer just to kind of mesh everything together. So you can see how if you want a more uniform texture, or if you don't want to go in with a powder, you can always take a deeper shade in the foundation. You can see the beautiful pigment there, but it's still really lightweight, very skin-like, beautiful. And you can see too how different shades of foundation really helped with my forehead, because typically my forehead sticks out as like some things off because I don't have the correct shade for my forehead. So that's another reason, but that's another thing you can do to help with that, is to have a couple of different shades of foundation. Chantecaille has clear and dark brow gels, so I'm going to show you one with clear if you would like to see that. Actually got this one for one of my stepdaughters. She really liked it, the clear. If you just want your brows to be just combed through and all going in the same direction, you can do that. If you want a little bit more color though, you can go in with something like dark. I'll show you what it looks like on this brow. And then I'm just brushing up and in, so a little bit against the grain. Try not to add too much pressure because that'll deposit some of that color on there. I mean, I want some color, but not tons of it. So just gently combing this through. Even though I go backwards, sometimes I'll do pencil first and then this. I know many makeup artists will suggest or recommend you do this part first, so you can see really what your brows look like, what your natural brows look like before adding. And this has a nice cool tone to it, which is good. Okay, so that's dark and that's clear. So you can see it's still very natural, but you can see a difference in the intensity of the brows just because this has a tint. Take this dark and also use it on this side because I want them to be even. Then we've got the brow waterproof brow definer, and this is an oak brown. I'm gonna fill this in now. Actually, let me start over here because this is dried down a little bit. And this also has a cool tone to it. So if you're looking for a cool toned brow product, this has a cool tone to it. Okay, actually took a little break there. My husband made dinner, so we ate dinner. It was probably about a half an hour. So this is what the makeup looks like after a half an hour, but we're gonna do eyes. So I got both of the eye bases here. I'm gonna use medium. I find that a thin layer goes a long way. And then let's use the light right under the brow. I know that Chantecaille quads are very well known. They're limited edition quads especially. They're always so beautiful. But they do have some lovely permanent eyeshadows. If you've never tried them, you can put your own palette together so you can customize. We're gonna use some of the shades that I have here. We're gonna do something kind of pretty. We'll use this lilac shade here. And I have a shade and sweep brush, a Chantecaille shade and sweep brush. So just something cool and pretty. I think this with a little bit of violet damask and some mascara would be more than enough. Really beautiful eyeshadow. You can see it's just a soft wash of color, and I'm loving, seems less and less makeup these days, so I would totally do this for actually quite a dressed up look because I'm used to pretty much no eyeshadow these days. We're gonna go in next with Smokey Topaz, this deeper shade here, and I have a Chantecaille Precision blush. No, precision brush. And I'm just gonna put that in the outer corner here. Rose Gold, I have here Refer 15. Just gonna put that in the crease. I take a bit of Marigold and add that to the center of the lid. And I'm going to take Opal here and kind of blend everything together. All right, we're going gonna go in with Amethyst for something light yet defining. I love Violet Damask. I think that's another pretty option here. Actually, anything like Earth would be great as well. But we're gonna go in with this one, Amethyst. Taking the eyeliner brush, we're just gonna perfect that and make it a little bit more tapered. And then of course my Holy Grail mascara, Fossil Longest Lash. I have all of the cheek shades in the Cheek Gelée formula. We're gonna go in with a couple of them, Happy and Vibrant. So let's go in with Vibrant first. Vibrant is more vibrant. And I'm just gonna take clean hands. They suggest applying it like this. You can use a brush, whatever you want. It's gonna make the most sense for you, but I've seen them suggest just your clean hands like this. And this one does set nicely. So I'm doing like a pop of color there, and then I'm gonna take Happy and apply that on top to kind of diffuse that a little bit. And I'm going a little bit wider with that as well. So you want just that color. I am going to take a little bit of this though, the Sea Turtle shade in the Philanthropy. Bring it all the way to the front here. Because I have that concealer, I just don't want to move it around. Of course, my little trick here with the blur powder. That, and then buff in the perimeter, just to make it that much more smooth. Going with a lip liner. This is my favorite lip liner in Natural. Oh, did I mention? Sorry, I forgot. I added a little bit of Clé de Peau to the corners there to clean up corners of the eye makeup. Going with one of their lip cheeks in Tea Rose. And then just for a little bit of glow, let's take the Liquid Lumiere in Brilliance. You can see there how pretty that is. And this is a final look. Again, something very simple and easy, I think, to replicate. And I was able to show you at least some of the various shades in that Future Skin Gel Foundation. It's one of the most beautiful foundations. I think if you're going to pick one thing up and you have never used Chantecaille, in terms of makeup, that would be one of my first things. Of course, I love the powder as well, but I did want to make sure to show you that foundation in action. It's right up my alley right now, especially with the less makeup I'm wearing, the less makeup-y look, the no makeup look. I'm loving that. So it's a perfect foundation for that. But let me know what your favorites are, how you use them. I'd love to know. And let me know what you are picking up. And if you have any questions about any of the products I have here, because I used what I could, but I have so much more. So if you do want to see various shades of certain products, or if I didn't show something, I might have it. So let me know if you want to see a swatch. I can post it on the community tab or post it on Instagram. Let me know. And do remember to use the code for the promotion. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other. Stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.